you think weather's the overriding dynamic right now?
Absolutely. It plays a big factor in the natural gas markets. It's one of the differentiating factors about hydrocarbon pricing with natural gas versus oil. It is dependent on weather, but there have been two events that have taken place that have created a little bit of fluff in gas pricing and softening the gas pricing today. Number one is that Freeport LNG outage, and then we had one of the warmest winters on record last year. Without those two events, gas prices would be a lot higher, and prices would probably be a lot closer to where we were back in 2022, closer to that $6 range. So, the reason why prices are lower now, a little bit is of luck, but let's make no mistake about it. We need to take advantage of this opportunity to bring in more flexibility, bring in more pipeline infrastructure, so we can protect Americans against future price shocks because of these type of events.
It'd be difficult to dodge a bullet 2 winters in a row, you think?
Well, eventually, it's not the game I want to play. We're talking about energy security you're messing with modern society. And we saw the consequences of that in Europe when energy security is compromised, and devastating consequences. From a business perspective, they're down. They've lost over 30% of their industry. That trickles through to inflation, which causes a lot of other issues. The good news is we do not have to play this game. We are blessed with the biggest energy resources in the world. Specifically in America, natural gas. We are the powerhouse energy producer, and we can do so much more to provide energy security to the world by leveraging our natural gas resources for exports. It'll bring energy security to America.
So I'm sure you were thrilled to see the president yesterday announcing that he was canceling all remaining oil and gas leases under the last administration's Arctic Refuge, and that he's choosing to favor the environment instead.
Yeah, it has been surprising when you hear some of these actions like that. I mean, we've made so much progress, I'd say this last year, opening people's eyes to the fact that if you're concerned over climate, American energy is the solution. We have the key to the biggest green initiative on the planet, using our natural gas, unleashing that on the world stage to replace the biggest source of emissions, which is foreign coal. That's what matters. If you care about climate, you should care about American energy and thinking about unleashing us. But the trouble is we're asking people to support pipelines and American energy because of their concern for the environment. They've been blocking and challenging American energy because of their concerns for the environment. We need to flip that dynamic because we are the solution to their climate ambitions.
So overall, Biden's strategy on energy, it's obviously a big political sticking point. Republicans like to go after it. What would you say?
Well, I would say this is not a political issue. I mean, the politics of energy should be aligned with the politics of the people that use energy, and that is all of us. So this is not a Democrat or Republican issue. Things like energy security, affordable energy bills, which we pay, the lights coming on, energy security. These are things that impact everybody. These are things that both Democrats and Republicans both care about. I think it's one of the most pressing issues that we need to get control of today. And I'm excited to see the progress that's been made with things like the Fiscal Responsibility Act, where we took steps, baby steps, but big momentum change for us. We need to keep working that so that we can get back to an all-of-the-above approach towards building things in this country.
Can you give viewers finally a sense of how you're thinking about, I guess, recent developments in the Ukraine fight and the country's willingness to help support Europe with LNG?
Yeah, let's just talk about what really happened. What does Europe need? Russia pulled 10 BCF a day out of the system. The United States can step up and supply that LNG for the long term. We've stepped up in the short term. We have the opportunity to build LNG facilities and pipelines here to provide a long-term solution to Europe. Last year, their energy insecurity cost them $800 billion of excess energy costs. I believe that we can build a facility to provide 10 BCF a day to Europe for a cost of around $60 billion. Now, these are the type of amazing opportunities that are in front of us, but we've got to have a real conversation about what problems are we trying to solve and what are the biggest solutions we can put on the playing field. The answer to both of those questions are unleashing American energy.
And finally, you're here at the stock exchange today because you rang the bell because you closed this big acquisition, Tug Hill. I'm curious what your outlook is for more M&A, both from you and for the sector.
Well, what's happening with our industry, specifically on the natural gas side, natural gas is breaking out from being a regional constrained commodity, being governed by pipelines, to now natural gas is becoming more of a global commodity. And what that means is there's going to be opportunities across the globe.